Welcome to the channel, Hayward here. In the next couple of days, I have a huge challenge. I have to take my whole show on the road. I regularly work on location, but in this case, it's something pretty different. I have to shoot a wedding, which means I have to take a lot more gear than normal. I don't need a lot more gear than normal, but I have to have it in case there's a problem with something. So I have to have it there. So my carrying requirements are a lot more. I have an existing backpack, which I really like, and I reviewed in an earlier video. I'll link to it. But for this event, I need a couple of extra things, and I need to be able to move quick. So I've settled on a new backpack, which I'm going to be talking about in this video, but haven't loaded it up yet. What I'm actually going to do is take you along with me as I actually configure it and make my stuff fit into it. I know it will. I've chosen the backpack, but I actually haven't used it yet. I mean, I'm sure you've been there, right? You buy something like this and you go, it should work. Well, we're going to go along for the journey here, and I'm going to show you how I solve this storage and carrying issue. Okay, let's start with challenge number one. The tripod attaches to this backpack all right, but it attaches on the outside. And if you try to open the bag without detaching the tripod, it's not fun. So you have to detach the tripod just to open the bag. That takes time, and at a wedding, I'm not going to have time. Okay, so here is the challenge. I have to carry everything that's in this bag, which is basically things that I know I'm going to use and need, because that's what I use now for any photo session, in addition to carrying all of this. This has to come along in case any of this fails. I actually will be carrying another tripod, but I have an assistant who's going to carry that really heavy tripod. This one I need to take close to me for run and gun. So this is all backup. This is primary. Now, I'm actually not expecting the new backpack to have everything with me all the time. I need to have it nearby. So the primary backpack is going to be run and gun. The backup is going to have the extras. Here's another thing that is an issue. I have to open the backpack to get the camera out. Now, that's not a huge issue necessarily, because the camera will probably be out most of the time. But if there's bad weather, I'm going to have a problem getting the camera in and out of this bag. Okay, so let's look at the backpack I've chosen. It's the VSGO 25 liter. When I chose this backpack, VSGO donated it for this video, and I appreciate it very much. Let me go over why I've chosen this backpack to address the problems I just talked about. First, being able to get to the camera quickly. There's the camera. So I don't have to open the whole backpack to get to the camera. I don't have that in my backpack currently, and this is a nice quick system. It's got a magnet here. It's got a quick disconnect here. Very quick. The other thing is, as I mentioned, this is a wedding and I have to go rain or shine. This bag appears to be a whole lot more waterproof than my existing bag. I can't say that it is. I haven't tested it yet, but the materials do seem a whole lot more waterproof and designed with things like water drains. The other problem that I was trying to solve was the tripod, as you saw. In a minute, I'll show you the tripod can attach and hang right here. Does not affect where the camera is. And if your tripod's small enough, you could actually shove it in here. So that's a big win. So first thing is, you've got spot for a laptop. I don't have that currently. I don't often carry a laptop, but sometimes I do. And having the option is really nice. So to get into the main camera compartment, you go here. There's the main camera compartment. We'll be configuring it here in a minute. This is the spot that's accessible from the front. So you can get to it here or from the top outside. Really nice. Lots of storage in here. You've got this, you've got two storage out here. Again, this is comparable to what I have now, so I haven't lost anything. Outside, however, the pockets are much larger and stretch. So you can really load it up and stuff a lot of stuff into there, which when you're running and gunning, you really tend to do if you've ever been in that kind of situation. Okay, we're starting at the top. What I've done first is I've thought, what will I need to grab almost any time I want to take a photograph? And that is the camera, my light meter, and possibly my flash trigger. So I've configured the upper compartment to have those 3 items of gear at the very top. So when we open it up, now we have access to, let's see if I can make sure you're on camera here. We've got the camera that I can pull out, and right here, light meter, flash trigger. And it actually goes back in just as easily. I can put it under that partition. This is actually the first time I'm doing this, guys, so pardon me if I fumble a little bit. Let me wind this cord up here. So light meter goes right under this partition. Camera sits right on top. Stuff that in. That's pretty quick and easy. For many sessions, I may never need to open this bag for anything else, which that's great. That's a huge win. What do you need the second most every time? Well, when the darn battery runs out, you need that as close as possible. So what I'm doing is I'm putting my batteries all in this storage compartment. It's basically right above the camera. No, you can't get to it from the top, but you can just halfway unzip the back, reach in, and here's all the batteries. And it's got room for a fair amount of batteries in there. I've got 4 LPE6s. I've got a pack of AA's, and it can be permanent storage, like backup battery for the light meter or my large flash. That would probably actually fit in here too. So good storage for batteries. Here we go. Now we're going to just start stuffing things in. My color checker, variable ND, camera trigger, extra tripod mount, which for my other tripod, yeah. Tethering adapter for my camera, and lens caps. Yeah, we just stuff it all in there, and this thing really has a lot of space. More can go in there. I'm not worried how that all fits in there. I'm worried that I have it. Here we go. Let's flip this over. Here's our internal storage, battery charger, card wallet. Now, yeah, this is heavy. It is, but it's not falling out. It's all sealed in. So I can just now open this out, and we can start configuring for lenses. I'm going to be honest, I did cheat here a little bit. I did adjust the size of these to fit my gear off camera. It really only took about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not really hiding anything from you. And this is the configuration that the backpack came with. It also has 2 other completely different arrangements you can do. You can change everything in here. This is not unique to this bag. Every bag does that. I'm just telling you how this fell off the truck, just like this. So let's load it up with what I carry. My 17-40 zoom, my 50mm prime, my 85mm prime, my Canon flash with an additional trigger on the bottom for G2, my Godox flash. All right, this fit in here a minute ago. It fits in there, okay. And lens shade, lens adapter. Okay, it's all in there. It was super easy. It swallowed up everything I had in my previous backpack. It stretches, okay? That's the key. The backpack is designed to stretch. If you do any camping with backpacks, you'll recognize these as compression straps. You can adjust how much the backpack will stretch with these straps. It's designed to take quite a lot for here in Texas, fairly ventilated back of the pack, because when you're out and it's really hot, this comes in really handy to have a ventilated back. And the only reason I knew to appreciate this was because I actually do some camping and hiking. Okay, let's talk about the tripod. Initially, I was very excited about the mounting option on the bottom, and it still works fine. You can put these straps on and hook the tripod, and I'll do it here. It's not too difficult, but it's not a run and gun setup for me. For me. The tripod is fine. It's on the bottom, and you can tighten these up however you want. During a session, this side pouch is going to be a much better option because I can just stuff the tripod in there and quickly lock it in with this. Again, it's adjustable. I've got it really tight right now so it doesn't move around. But for run and gun, this is quicker. So what I like is there's two options, fast and long term. Once again, this is a much better backpack option to have everything you need with you to do run and gun photography. We're going through this together. I didn't know. So cameras here, you can get to the camera real easy, right? As you know from my channel though, I do a lot of flash photography. So, well, how do you get to a flash? And I was going through the additional storage of this bag, and I unzipped this compartment and I realized where I put my flash is right here. So I can easily get to my flash from outside the bag as well. I did not know that when I put the flash there. So that's a huge win for me. Camera, flash, and you don't even have to open the rest of the bag. Okay, so I'm super pleased with how it basically swallowed up everything I need to have at hand for a run and gun session, and it provided me additional storage. This bag has a lot more features than I've talked about. One of the things that I didn't mention, these zippers are extremely high quality. That's one of the first things that always goes out on my camera bags. So the wedding is day after tomorrow. I'll come back in the future video and let you know how it went. Until then, cheers.